Hello, hello. It's Debbie here again with Debbie Stamping Creations, and today I'm going to show you a sneak peek of something coming with our new catalogs in January. If you follow me, then you saw a few weeks ago where I did a sneak peek unboxing where I showed you the products that I had gotten. And today I'm going to make a card with one of those sets that I got. Now, starting in January, we do have our mini catalog. I can't show you the insides yet. And we do have celebrations starting. Celebrations, the way that works is for every $50 or $100 that you spend from either the annual catalog or the mini catalog, then you'll get to choose something from this brochure free with purchase. So today, what I'm going to show you is one of those sets that I got that is just going to be wonderful. This is going to be in the mini catalog, and the stamp set is called In the Moment. And I know I even said in my video, I am going to be using this a lot. I have some friends who don't know how to relax. I have friends who I think need reminded sometimes that they're so busy doing everything for everybody else that they don't do for themselves like they should. So you can see this has got three really cool images. Here she's with a dog reading a book. There she's got her coffee looking out the window. And here she's looks like she's at the ocean front with her glass of wine. It says, "You're in my thoughts. Sometimes the most productive thing you can do is relax. And you're always so good to others. Be good to yourself too." So very nice stamp set. And that's what we're going to be using today. The card I'm going to be making today is a Joyfold card. And here it is. Isn't this so pretty? Sometimes the most productive thing you can do is relax. And when you open it up, you're always so good to others. Be good to yourself too. And I think this paper is the perfect paper to go with this. This paper actually came out of our annual catalog, and it is what is it called? It is the hand penned. And I like how the flowers on here, some of them are really busy, and sometimes that's good for your cards. And when you flip this paper over, you can see on the back it has all of these beautiful pastel-y, pretty patterns. So I'm using that paper today along with our pale papaya cardstock for the card base and our pale papaya ribbon. Now the pale papaya is one of our in colors. And goes beautifully with the paper. And you can see there's so many pretty colors in here. This is just beautiful. It's a springy color, or springy card, but it's just, I knew as soon as I saw this set, this was the kind of fold that I would be doing with this stamp set. And like I said, I will be using this a lot. Let me go ahead and show you the papers and the sizes of the cardstock that we're using. We are starting with the pale papaya card base, and that is 4 1/4 by 8 1/4. And we're going to score that at 5 1/2. That's going to give us this little fold over here. So let's go ahead and score that at 5 1/2. Make sure you've got the score blade and not the cut blade. So you can see now that I've scored that, we're going to fold this over, and that is going to give us the card base. Okay? Now, the next piece that I'm going to show you is the garden green. And this is 3 inches by 8 inches. and it's going to be scored at 4 inches. So we're going to score it in half. And that's going to give us the other half of our joy fold here. And you can see that's going to go right in here. So those are basically the only 2 basic parts that you need, and then the rest of it is just decorating the card. So for the inside, we're going to use a piece of cardstock, designer series papers out of that hand pen pack, and this is going to measure 5 1/4 by 4 inches, and is going to go right here on the inside. And then we have the inside. I lost my piece of paper. These 2 pieces are going to go on the flaps here and on the inside. And these measure 4 inches by 2.5 inches. 4 inches by 2.5 inches. And those are going to go, like I said, on the right flap. And then we have this piece here. Now, on the top, we're going to be stamping and coloring that. So that's going to be basic white that's 2 3/4 by 3 3/4, and we're actually cutting 2 of those. We're cutting 1 for the top and 1 for the inside. Then we have our last piece, which is 2 3/4 by 3 3/4, which is designer series paper that's going to go on the inside here. So those are all the pieces that we're going to use, and now we're going to start putting the card together. Before I start, I'm going to go ahead and do my stamping because we're going to be stamping and coloring, and I want to make sure that I have time for that to get all done. So I'm going to start with sometimes the most productive thing you can do is relax. Let's go ahead and stamp this up in the corner. Get it right up where you want it. I have that a little too close. I'm going to turn that over and try it again. There we go. Now I'm going to stamp her, and I'm going to stamp her sitting, looking out the window. We all need to learn to relax a little bit more sometimes. We're just going to put her right over here. And there it is. Now we've got the stamping on that portion done. Let's go ahead and stamp the inside piece as well. And that's going to say, "You're always so good to others. Be good to yourself too." Now we've got all the stamping done, and we can go ahead and start coloring. Now I used our blends on this to color, and I tried to use the colors that would pull the colors from the flower paper as well. So I started with light, soft, succulent on her pants. And whenever you buy designer series papers, it always tells you which colors go with them. If you look either in the catalog or on the back of the paper. So I just kind of pulled the colors that were in the papers, and these blends are so nice because you don't have to worry about your marks when you're doing it. Just keep turning it around and coloring, you know, is very relaxing. So there we have the pants done. Now for her shirt, I used, that's petal pink. I think I used the petal pink. This is for the shirt. And again, I just tried to use colors that were in the papers, so it's all pulled together. You know, you can use any colors you want depending on what papers you use it too. Now for the pillow, I used this. This is the dark pale papaya, so this is going to match the cardstock that we used. And get this pillow back here behind her. Look how nice that looks. For her hair, I used crumb cake. This is a dark crumb cake. You can see she's got like a headband on there, so this is one of those stamp sets that's just going to be, like I say, I'm going to be using it a lot. I'm going to go back and use the green, the soft succulent, to do the hairband. And then for her coffee cup, I just grabbed Daffodil Delight, a yellow coffee cup. I thought it was bright and cheery, and I did add some skin tone here, and I used the ivory. And look, how quick and easy was that? And it's such a pretty card. Okay, so now we're done with the stamping and done with the coloring. And let's start putting the card together. Okay, so to start with, we're going to start with the piece of designer series papers that go on the inside. I'm going to do this one a little bit different than I did my sample one, because you know, when you are putting something together, then you figure out, oh, I shouldn't have done that. I should have done it this way. So this will, you'll probably notice that I'm using a lot of green glue lately. I'm out of my Seal Plus, which is my favorite that I usually use all the time, and I'm waiting on an order to come in. So I don't know how I managed to do that, but green glue is my go-to anyway, because I tend to not be real straight sometimes. So this really helps. Okay, so the next piece we're going to do is I am going to do the outside piece here. Now, I'm going to wait and do this inside piece last, and I'll show you why in just a minute. But you can tell this is the back side, so I don't have to worry about it coordinating or matching. It's all goes together. Let's put this on here. Good, good, good. We can go ahead and put this on the front of this piece. And you can see how the blend soaks through. But the more you cover it, the better it looks. So make sure that this opens this way and this one opens this way. We can go ahead and put this in. And our final piece on the inside. Okay, now we're going to put this, attach this to the card base first. And the reason I'm leaving this piece to last is because I want to attach this ribbon. And the first time I did it, I had put my ribbon too far over to the left. And then I got thinking, oh, you know, that would be good to hold this kind of closed. So I want to wait until I get this piece on, and then I can put my ribbon on last, and then I can put it underneath of the inside piece so it'll look nicer. So, okay, this is going to go right in the center, and let me get this glued in. Okay. And I'm going to put this on the front like this. And then put this over. And then I'm going to bring my flap over. Now it is green glue, so I do have a minute to move it. Right in the center. And there we go. Now I can get my ribbon, and I'm going to tie a piece around, but I want to make sure that I have it just on the edge of this over here. One on the edge of this. I want it straight. Then I can tie just a knot here. And it gives me time to adjust it around. I could go ahead and snip this off. And snip this. And then I can adjust it over because I don't want it covering the head. And I want it right on the edge, like that. So then I can pull this out. Now I can go and put this piece on the back, and I know it's going to cover that, and that's going to be where I want it. So I'm not going to have to try to undo stuff to get it in the right spot. It's better to put it in the right spot first. Okay. And see, that makes it look much nicer and smoother on the inside where you don't have the ribbon hanging off. I just love this card. I was so excited when I got it created. Sometimes the most productive thing you can do is relax. You're always so good to others. Be good to yourself too. And let's not forget to finish the back. And like I say, we do have stamps sets in the catalog that say hand stamp for you, or you can use whatever you want on the back. And I usually put my initials and a date so that people know what year I did this or who made it. But that is the card for today. Sneak peek. This will be available January 4th. And if you don't have that catalog, if you don't have a demonstrator and you'd like one, please let me know and I will gladly get one out to you. Also, be sure to subscribe below and follow. I will be starting some giveaways here next week. So, hope you enjoyed the sneak peek. See you next time.